Hey there, I'm Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and I am here today for Game 70, Round 3. So this is the last of this game of fan-designed homemade realms that I'm playing today. Santa's Workshop, Above and Below, and Let's Go to Japan. I see one of the designers of Let's Go to Japan, Mark. Mark is joining us in the comments today. I see Robert and Julie here as well. Anka is the designer of Above and Below. And Santa's Workshop is designed by Santa's Workshop designer, Keith Ferguson. So that'll be exciting to play that one. I'm excited about all these. I've had a lot of fun this week playing through these fan-made realms. Earlier this week, I revealed two of the promos that we'll be releasing on July 24th, along with Rolling Realms Redux. And those promos are Space Base and Dinosaur Island. And they're going to be joined by a game that's a little less known, but I like throwing some games in there that are not as well known because it gets to highlight these amazing games. And that game is Momiji. So Momiji will be the third realm, promo realm, that we'll release at the same time as Rolling Realms Redux on July 24th. Space Base, Dinosaur Island, and Momiji. Really excited about that. So let's jump in and see how these realms work. I see Garrett is joining us today. Garrett, I hope you're doing well. So Santa's Workshop. And I'll use, for example, dice, I'll use 1 and a 4 for these. So Santa's Workshop, multiple dice may be used in Santa's Workshop. A little bit of a twist here. You use dice. Here's 1 and a 6, 2 and a 5, 3 and a 4 to cross off materials on toys. So like if I roll, I have a 1 here, so I can cross off this purple material. And whenever I cross off materials where there's a resource between them, I get that resource. And whenever I've crossed off all materials for a specific ornament or a specific toy, then I get a star or 2 stars in the case of this nice sled. Alternatively, if I want, I can use a number. So I could use this 4 to fill in 4 ornaments on this tree. And notably, if in this realm I cross off the same material, so if I have, say, a 1 and a 1 and a 1, actually, for this example, and I crossed off this material, I believe that's like a cloth, and then elsewhere or on the same place I crossed off another material, then I get to reuse that die in another realm. So even though I can use 2 dice in Santa's Workshop, I can actually reuse a die in another realm. This is a good realm for pairs. This would have been great yesterday when I was rolling a lot of pairs. I see Todd is joining us today as well. Todd, good to have you here today for Game 70, Round 3. So let's continue with these pairs for Above and Below. This is a really unique realm in that you'll be looking at the top of the die and what's on the bottom of the die. So it's actually the same numerical combinations as Santa's Workshop, which makes this very convenient because 1 is on the opposite side of the die as 6. So you're going to write the 1 on one of these places, these cards on the above section. So I could write like a 1 right here and get that pumpkin. You can write them in any order. Presumably the first 6 numbers that I'll be writing down are on top of these resources so I can gain the resources. And then you'll write down the number on the bottom of the die down below. And if at any time you have a number or you have 2 numbers in the above section that add up to 8, then you can cross them off and gain a star. And anytime you have 2 numbers in the below section that add up to exactly 8, then you can cross them off and gain a star as well. I think that's it for Above and Below. Last, we have Let's Go to Japan, another realm where I think it is good to have pairs. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong about that. But in Let's Go to Japan, you'll choose the number. So I can write down a 1. So here's a 1. So I could cross off. I guess I write down the number, but all 1s are used in this column. So I write down a 1 right here. And then I write down the other rolled number, which remains available for another realm. I write that down under any available day. So on every turn that I write down any 1 number in Let's Go to Japan, I'll actually be writing down another number as well. And so pairs are actually pretty good here because I can write down a 1 and then another 1 in the same column because this is the 1 column. Whenever a whole day is filled, I'll gain any 1 benefit with its prerequisite met. Actually, yeah, this is where I should have clarified here. So Mark, what is the prerequisite here? So it says for any 1 number. Yeah, Mark, could I get a little clarification here? Thank you, Mark, for joining us and helping out here. So it says when a whole day is filled, gain any one benefit with its prerequisite met. So a whole day would be a single column. You can only write the same number in one column. So yeah, how do I know which benefit to get here when a whole day is filled? Yeah, Mark, could you clarify about that? Anka is also joining us. She says you could, for above and below, you can have 3 numbers adding up to 8. Oh, that's great. Okay. If any combination of those boxes, that's a great clarification. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So it doesn't need to be just 2 numbers. It could be 3 numbers, 4 numbers if you want to cross off to get 8. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. But Mark, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what exactly are the calculations for, because the whole day must be filled and each day appears to need the same number. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, here's what it is. When a number is used and the other rolled number, so write the number used and the other rolled number, I guess each can be under any day. Okay, I see what it is. Here it is. There's complete flexibility as to where you put numbers in Let's Go to Japan. That's this phrase, each under any available day. However, if those numbers happen to be the number of that day, so if I use ones in this one column, that determines the reward. That's very clear. Thank you, Mark. Sorry, I messed that up. It is clear in the rules here. Let's jump in with some real numbers and give this a try. I'm so excited that 2 of the designers are with us here today. Maybe Keith will join us as well. So for the first roll, off screen a little bit, we have a 6 and a 3. So for 6 and 3, so that isn't a pair. So that knocks out some of the immediately more fun possibilities, but that's okay. I can't cross off the same material twice in Santa's workshop. So I might come back to Santa's workshop. I'd love to get a coin from above and below right away. Let's put down, I don't think the number matters in Let's Go to Japan. So let's put a 6 right here, a 6. And I also get to write down the number on the opposite side of the 6, which is a 1. Box adjacency doesn't matter in above and below. So I wrote down the 6. I wrote down the number on the opposite side of the 6 in the below section. Then I will use this. Oh, and I get a coin. I'll use the 3 over in Let's Go to Japan. Again, I can use it anywhere, but I ideally prefer to use it on the 3 section, the 3 column, Wednesday. And then I get to write down the other number, the 6, on any available day. Well, I'm going to write down the 6 in the 6 column. Mark, correct me if I can't do that. Todd is asking, are these new realms available? So no, Todd, these are homemade fan design realms that are just available for this live play, just for fun for this live play. They are available through a link in the description below where you can print these realms and play along at any time that you'd like. These are not official Stonemaier Games realms. They've not been edited or revised in any way. We just selected them because they seemed like they would be fun to play. So that's Let's Go to Japan. I do have a coin, which I could use as a 1 in Santa's workshop if I want. And why not? Why not use that 1? Let's use that 1 right. Let's use it right here. Right there. I don't get anything immediately for it. Okay, turn 2. We have a 5 and a 3 in turn 2. 5 and a 3. Again, they are not, they don't fit the Santa's Workshop requirement, or not requirement, but the way that you can actually get an extra die from Santa's Workshop. So I won't immediately go there. Above and below, I know I can get a resource from above and below, so I'm a little excited to maybe do that. And the 3 is good in Let's Go to Japan. So let's put the 3 in Let's Go to Japan and the 5 on the 5 day. And above and below, I think I might just go for the other coin. So I haven't used the 5 yet. Let's put the 5 up here and get another coin. And then I'll use the 1 again in Santa's Workshop, or I can create a 1 to use over in Santa's Workshop. We'll put it, I'll put it right there. So far, so good. If I'm missing up any rules, feel free to let me know. This is the first time that I've played with these fan-designed homemade realms. Turn 3. A 4 and a 2. A 4 and a 2. So this should allow me, yeah, here's a 2. A 2 will allow me to get a coin from one of these sections here. So let's use the 2 right here to get a coin, because it got this coin right here. I finished off that coin in between those 2 materials. Oh, Anka reminded me, don't forget to add the 2 in the below section. Thank you, Anka, for doing that. I'll do above and below now so I don't forget that again. So I'll use the 4 in above and below So the top number must go up here. So I have a bunch of high numbers in above and below on the top right now, but that's okay. Here's a 4. Here's a heart. On the opposite side of the 4 is a 3. And so I'll write down the 3 down below. So far, I don't have any numbers in the above section that add up to a total of 8. Same thing in below, but I'm getting closer to that. I'm looking forward to that happening. And then in Let's Go to Japan, so I'll use a 1 in Let's Go to Japan right here, and then I can use either rolled number somewhere else in Let's Go to Japan. I'll go with the 4 right there. I believe that's the intended usage of it, Mark. That's usually the rule for if you can use the other rolled number for something. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. And 2 of the designers are very kindly here to answer questions in the comments. A 1 and a 2. A 1 and a 2. So the 2 could get me another coin in Santa's Workshop. I like that. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's use that material right there in Santa's Workshop. I still haven't gotten the really good benefit from Santa's Workshop yet, but that's okay. And I'll get a coin out of it. And then that was the 2. That was using the 2. I still have this 1 to use. So I need a lower number in above and below. So let's put the 1 up here in above and below to get a heart. And then I get to put the 6 down below. So that means below, I can cross off that 2 and that 6 to gain, they equal 8. So I get a star. And Anka, here's a little question for you here. Are you required to cross them off at the moment that they possibly add up to 8? Or can you just wait until the end of the round to add up all the numbers and try to get stars from them? I could see pros and cons for either one. I think I like the puzzle a little bit more about requiring you to cross it off right away, but I'm open to either way. Garrett says, any exciting weekend plans for anyone here? Yeah, any fun weekend plans? I'm going to play some disc golf and some soccer, I think, and I'll be doing a little bit of design work and playtesting work, and I might get in a game. We'll see if I get in the game, and we're going to a little, just small barbecue tonight, or grilling tonight, not really barbecue. But yeah, what are you all up to this weekend? What are you excited about this weekend? All right, so I've done above and below, Santa's Workshop. I have a coin here that I could use, and Let's Go to Japan. I might as well, and I'll put this 2 right there. All right, turn 5. Turn 5. Anka says, I crossed them off immediately, but it wouldn't make a difference if you do it at the end. I think the reason that it could make a little bit of a difference is if I had like a bunch of low numbers and above and below, if I'm required to cross them off early, that is, it makes for a little bit of a tighter realm, because I could be like, say, waiting to get some higher numbers to cross off fewer numbers to get to that 8. Maybe it wouldn't matter mathematically. I'm not sure. A 1 and a 5 here. 1 and a 5. Julie is celebrating her 11th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. And she's going to Pieces Board Game Cafe with her husband. That's wonderful, Julie. Chad is going to a wedding and getting arcs to the table. Anthony is hoping to see England win to go to the semis tomorrow. And Garrett will be having his last game night for a little while tonight, so getting some stuff done. Todd's going for Nar and Redwood. We're playing some Nar and Redwood this weekend. Hope you all have fun with that. 1 and a 5. Let's see. I could use a 1 right here to get that last material. Although, could get a 5 started there. That would give me a pumpkin. Let me hold off on Santa's Workshop for a second and go for maybe a 1 in above and below. And I can't finish anything off. Actually, I could finish off this 1 down here in Let's Go to Japan. Let's do that first. Yeah, let's put the 1 right there. Allows me to put the 5 over here. And because I finish off this day, Monday, and all the numbers are the same, I get 2 stars, and I get a pumpkin and a heart. That felt good. Kind of a red rising moment there to finish that off. Yeah, Anka, I was talking about for kind of strategic reasons for why you might require players to cross them off as soon as anything possibly equals 8 and above and below. That's Let's Go to Japan. Above and below. I didn't get any coins out of that. So let's see if I can. No, I can't get any coins out of Santa's Workshop. But I could copy a number with these 3 hearts, which I might need to do. Let's put a bigger number in above and below, but I want to put it down low. So actually, no, I can't really control that. I think I need to put the 5 up above. Unless I use the 5 over here in Santa's workshop, and that would have me doing nothing in above and below, which isn't ideal. Oh, I'd really love to use a 1 down there. But I don't have it. So let's put a 1, or let's use the 5 right here in Santa's workshop. And the 1, actually the 5 would have been great for ornaments. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have used the 5 for the ornaments, but that's okay. And I think I could copy a number above and below, but I don't really want to put, actually, if I create a number in above and below, yeah, Anka, actually, that's an interesting question. If I create a number, if I create a 5, do I have to put that 5 above first, or do I have the choice of above or below if I create a 5? I guess I could presumably create a, yeah, I guess that's the question. If you create a number, is that number seen as the top of the die for the top section of above and below? Okay, Garrett is heading out. Garrett, have a good weekend. Yeah, I just won't use above and below this turn. That's okay. Turn 6. Pair 4. Okay, we finally got some pairs here. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so let's, okay, how do we do this? Let's do Santa's workshop first, because I could cross off the same material, which lets me use one of the dice in another realm. So let's cross off this material and this material. So that's actually using both dice. That gives me 2 hearts. But because I crossed off the same material, I get to use one of those dice in another realm. And now I want that realm to be Let's Go to Japan, because when I write down that 4, I can look at the other rolled die and write that down here. And that completes that day. So that's 2 more stars, a pumpkin, and a heart. And I can now copy because it's a pair, I can use 2 hearts to copy one of those numbers to write down the 4 up here and the 4 down here. And so this is this situation I was talking about, Anka. Anka does clarify that if you create a number, that it is as if it's the top of the die. If I create a 5, that makes sense, that it is the top section. But here's this example where I'm looking for. I could, if the realm lets me, I could wait to cross off these numbers. But I think I'm going to play the little tighter version, I think, where because they add up to 8, I must cross them off. Must cross these off to get a star, but that's fine. And then these numbers also add up to 8, 4, and 4. So I must cross those off and get a star. Well, that was a big round there. Oh, and I got a star here. I got that star from Santa's workshop. All right, turn 7. Oh, Anka pointed out. Oh, great point. Okay, so I didn't do this correctly. I was thinking 4s were on my mind. I actually have a 3 in one of these boxes, and I haven't crossed them off. Okay, well, that's going to mess me up later, but that's okay. I think I can remember that. Thank you, Anka. And I don't have that star yet. I'll make up for that in a minute. Here's a 3 and a 2. A 3 and a 2. Let's see if I can make up for my above and below mistake. So I actually have the 1 still and the 3 still. So I need to get a 4 in above and below, which I can do. So I can use the 3 in above and below right here and get that pumpkin. And so that will, the opposite side of that die is the 4. And so I can then cross off that 4. So yeah, we'll just say that this 3, the 3 was in this box. Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. The 3 is still there. I had not crossed that off. But I've made up for that mistake now in above and below, I believe. And the 3 plus 5 equals 8. So there's another star. Okay. The 2. Let's put the 2. Okay, yeah, this will work out. I'll put the 2 right here. I get to write down the other die somewhere. There's a 3. All the numbers are the same in that column. So I get 2 more stars. And I get a pumpkin and a heart. And I haven't done anything in Santa's workshop, but I would like to. So let's use 3 hearts to copy one of those numbers. Could be the 2 or the 3. It doesn't really matter. It might matter in terms of what I cross off. But yeah, let's put it right. Let's go with the higher. No, I'll go with the 2. I'll cross off that 2 and get a pumpkin. All right, cool. Turn 8. Hope you're all having fun with these. I am very much enjoying these realms. A 4 and a 6. A 4 and a 6. So the 4 could finish off this row in Santa's workshop, which would be great. Let's do that. I think that works. Yeah, let's put the 4 right here. So the 4 gives me a heart, and it also gives me 2 stars, these 2 stars. What am I doing with this 6? So the 6 could go over here, probably should go over there. I already have this 4 column completed. Although, actually, this is the interesting thing about Let's Go to Japan. I already have all the stars now, so I actually don't necessarily want all the numbers to line up. I probably only want one number in each of these areas. So that changes things a little bit. Let's put a 6 right here. I'll put the 6 right there, and I'll put the 4 over here. I don't get any more stars from it, but that does give me 2 coins. 2 coins. Mark, that's a little clever design touch there. 2 coins that I can now use in above and below. So I will use a 1, cross off a 1, and put it in above and below. That puts a 6 in the below section. 6 and 3 don't add up to 8, but 1 plus 6 plus 1 do add up to 8. I think that's all the realms. I think that's everything. All right, final turn. Let's see how we do. Final turn. I feel like I have some catch up in Santa's workshop. In fact, I haven't done anything with these ornaments. I don't think I can catch up on that now. A pair of 2s. Interesting. Well, we know pairs are good for this combination of realms. Although in Let's Go to Japan, that pairs actually aren't good at this point of the game. I wanted different numbers in Let's Go to Japan. Yeah, what can we do here with the pair of 2s? Actually, it works out well in above and below. Let's at least put, I will end up putting a 2 in above and below. I know that. But let's see if I can cross off 2 of the same material in Santa's workshop. I cannot, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately cannot, but I would love to cross off this material at some point. I'll see if I can pull that off. Yeah, let's start with above and below. I'll put the 2 right here. And that puts a 5 down here. 5 plus 3 is 8. Oh, that's actually all the stars. That's great. Awesome. That's everything for above and below. The other 2, I can put... actually, here's how we do it. How we can get 2 coins out of Let's Go Japan. Although I think it's a net of 1 anyway. Let's do it just for fun. Here's 1 coin right there. And I'll write down... So I'm writing down the 1. I'm using one of the dice. So I have not used the other 2 yet. There's the other 2. These numbers don't match up. So I actually get 2 coins out of Let's Go to Japan. And I haven't used the 2 yet. So Santa's Workshop will be a 2. Unfortunately, I don't. Well, we'll make it work. We'll try to make this work. So I need a 1. Let's start off with a 1 in Santa's Workshop. There's a 1 right there. That gives us a pumpkin and a star. That star right there. I actually don't know if there's more that I should do than that. I haven't used this 2 yet, and I can't use it in either of these realms without because I've already activated them, and I don't have to use it in Santa's Workshop. I can't fill up the tree. I can't. I would have to really stretch to get another ornament. Although maybe that's worth it. Yeah, I think that's possible. So I'll put a 2. I need to use 3 pumpkins to reuse a number. I'll turn this 2 into a, I'll turn that 2 into a 3 so I can cross off that. I'll then use this coin and another 3 pumpkins as a 1 to cross this off. That gives me another pumpkin and another star. All right, so I ended with, not bad, 17.4. 17.4. I see Carell just popped in to join. Carell, thank you for putting together this sheet to make it easy to print. Chad, thank you for playing along. Have a great weekend. Julie got a 15.4. Awesome job, Julie. Anyone else who's playing along in the future, feel free to post your score in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you did. And again, I had a blast playing these realms. Santa's Workshop above and below. Let's Go to Japan. Thank you, Keith, Anka, and Mark for designing these. I really appreciate the time you put into them. And yeah, It's always fun to play these games of the homemade fan realms. It's a lot of fun to see the creativity for these realms that we won't be exploring in the official version of Rolling Realms, but unofficially, it is still fun to play them. And we'll leave these available to print for anyone who wants to play along in the future. Anthony got 16.9. Well done, Anthony. That's a great score. Mark got 17.3. Awesome. This is great. Thank you all for joining me on this Friday. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back in a few weeks. I guess it'll be the release week for Rolling Realms Redux when I'm probably back doing the next live plays. We'll see about the timing of that. We'll see. But yeah, have a great weekend. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye.